I'm Tharaa Elmorssi, a software engineer. Today, I'm pleased to introduce you to Disha Dutta, a senior software engineer in BigCommerce Sydney office. Disha is going to help us get to know her a little better.
Hey Tara, thanks. I'm Disha Dutta. I'm originally from India, had done my graduations as in bachelor's in computer science and then worked for almost 4 years in India, was in London for a year, and then from last 5 years I'm in Sydney.
What are your passions in life?
I love traveling. I kind of want to see as much as I can see things around the world. I love playing a few sports. Table tennis, badminton are my favorites. I also have interest in music. I did bachelor's in Hindi classical music vocal during my junior years.
Any fun facts you'd like to share with us?
I have a very, very bad memory, but good thing is it makes me live in the present most of the time as I hardly remember anything from my past.
Wow. What did you want to be when you were 10?
As I said, I don't have a very good memory, so I don't really remember, but I was very good at maths. In fact, till standard ninth, I scored 100 in this subject unfailingly. So I kind of always wanted to do something which involves solving problems.
What were you doing before you became a software engineer?
Professionally, I have always been a software engineer, but during my school and college days, I used to teach maths. So probably I could say I was a teacher.
Why did you choose to become a software engineer?
Every day is a new problem to solve, and no matter how much I have learned or I already know, there is always way more to learn, and it keeps me motivated.
What challenges did you face on your road to becoming a software engineer?
I used to have speech issues for a very, very long time, so clearing interviews were tough for me. In the start of my career, I was put into manual testing, which I did not enjoy much, and in few weeks, I had to really fight to move into development. So I was given a POC for a client and was told if it gets accepted, only then I'll be moved to development, which I'm grateful it happened, and hence I'm here today.
Nice. What's the best professional advice you've ever received?
It does not matter if you're originally good at something or not. If you want something, you just need to work hard towards it and you'll eventually get it. There's no alternative to working hard. It can take time, but definitely you'll get the result. So just never stop trying.
This year's Women's History Month theme is celebrating women who tell our stories. What excites you most about this theme?
Well, I'm quite lucky that I have a great family who supported me for everything I did. And I have a company where I'm valued, living in a city where I don't feel anything weird about being a woman. But this is still not a very common thing for all the women in the world, which should be, but unfortunately, it's not. So, women who made the platform for themselves and can be voice for the voiceless is really something the world needs.
Which woman inspired you most when you were growing up?
Tessie Thomas. She's an Indian scientist and Director General of Aeronautical Systems. She's the first women scientist to lead the missile project in India. In fact, she is named as India's Missile Women and had many critical projects which are responsible today for strengthening the country's security system.
How did she inspire you?
Her work, as in her courage, I mean, she's in such an area which is still dominated by men.
Which female storyteller has inspired you most?
J.K. Rowling has always been a big inspiration for me since childhood. She showed there's no limitation to imagination and creativity. In fact, anything you want to explore is limitless, and that makes it exciting.
What do you hope other women will take away from this theme?
They live their dreams, follow their passion, and work hard toward what they really want. I hope they keep sharing their stories so we all can learn from each other.
How long have you worked at BigCommerce?
Almost 4 years.
What convinced you to join the BigCommerce product and engineering team?
One friend of mine who used to work here in BigCommerce told me about the culture, and at that time, I was in a different technology and a very different domain, but under a toxic environment. So, when I heard about BigCommerce culture, it motivated me to apply right away, and I luckily got the role.
What does a typical day look like for you?
I try to start with the most complicated things in my to do list in the morning. Once that's done, I move to reviews or follow up discussions, team meetings.
What gets you excited for each workday?
Well, new day, new problem, new thing to learn from the people around.
What do you consider your biggest win at BigCommerce so far?
It's the never ending inspiration floating around, which comes from these amazing big commerce people who all are so passionate and humble. I feel really grateful to be part of it.
What advice would you give to women who are about to enter the workforce?
Keep going. If you know something you are good at, keep polishing it. If you have any weaknesses that seem today to be an obstacle, don't worry about it. Just keep working hard and it will eventually become easy. If you know you want to do something, try pursuing it. But if you just don't, just keep exploring and you'll eventually know what you really need. People around you are the best to learn from, so always be open. There's a lot you will be surprised you can be offered.
What is the most important quality a person who wants to move into software engineering should have?
Persistence and inquisitiveness. As I said earlier, there is no alternative to working hard, but not giving up on your dreams, no matter how difficult it seems to be, is the key which would help to give fruits to your hard work. Also, the inquisitiveness, which every child has, and that's why they are the fastest learner. It's like never stop learning and questioning. Keep that child within you alive always.
If a person wants to become a software engineer, what skills are the most important to learn?
People skills really help. That's something even I'm trying to develop further. Although being a software engineer seems like you can isolate and work your way through, but to be a good engineer, it's the give and take relationship of the knowledge where you can learn from the people around and share your knowledge, which eventually helps you to grow.
What advice would you give to an aspiring software engineer?
Always be open to learning and don't be afraid of anything which today seems an obstacle or difficult. Just keep working and keep learning, and trust me, you'll get there. Learn from your mistakes, failures. It's okay to fail, but I think it's not very okay to repeat those mistakes. So ensure you learn from them and try out different things and explore new ways of doing things, and never be hesitant to take help from others.
Thanks for sharing your story, Disha. Take care, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.